to have Miss Sonja with us. And Miss Sonja is a rock star. Not only is she a rock star, but she spent all day with Aunt. The two of them been together, trying to. Okay, so where are you guys this week?
Well, I'm in Huntsville, Alabama, and Anthony just left Huntsville. So he was with me for a couple of days. So excited to have had him here, along with Todd and Kim Gray, Todd Rowland and Kim Gray. And so we've made an appearance here in Huntsville to grow our team. So we appreciate all three of them being here to help us. Anthony, where are you now?
We
I
are
don't know where
Anthony is. Ripley, Mississippi. A little small town in Mississippi.
All right. Well, let's see. I actually have some people moving into the area, so hopefully they can play with you. And so it's good to have everybody here tonight. And okay, so they've been busy. Just because Rodney says it's been raining, but just because it's been raining, it has not stopped this team. So Anthony and Sonja, what have you been doing all weekend?
You want to lead off, Anthony?
Sonja has been sharing with one thing about Sonja that she shares with anybody who has 2 ears and that's willing to listen. She doesn't care who it is. She will pull you from out the grocery store. Today we had the funniest one. The guy was trying to come sell insurance and he heard the whole presentation and he said, I didn't expect it, but I'll take that pack right there. He got him a level up pack and Sonja said, well, I just know of him. I don't really know him that well. And I'm like, it's just the energy Sonja has. Everybody in Huntsville loves Sonja Enfinger, and that's the absolute truth. And she just shares with anybody. We shared in the doctor's office. We shared at a realtor's office. And we were just all over the place. And Sonja just doesn't stop. So if you want to know how to be a superstar in your business, Sonja would definitely share. And Sonja, with that being said, what do you say to people when you're inviting them?
Well, I actually listened to the opportunity. Yep. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay, Anthony?
Yep. Can you hear yes. Anthony?
Okay, great. Just as long as everybody can hear. Super excited to be able to share a little bit about just how I love to entertain the idea of sharing New Age with people that have an interest based on what they're looking for. And it can be anything from how what their energy level's like, if they're thinking about losing a little bit of weight, if they are lack of energy. And so I just really listen to the ask. And so when they share what they're looking for, then I just open the door and the opportunity for that, regardless if it's a air filter, if it's some MOA, some lean burn to try and lose a couple of pounds, give them a little energy. And so again, I'm just really listening to what their need is. As a physical therapist for 25 years, we all are looking for something. And so the opportunity is with New Age because we have over 120 products to choose from. So I just listen to the ask.
So when you say you listen to the ask, how do you introduce yourself and the product? I get the idea. You kind of remind me of Mike Keith. Anybody who comes knocking at the door to sell him something ends up hearing the spiel. Mm-hmm. I mean, I call him the turnaround king. So how do you handle that turnaround? How do you introduce people? How do you handle the cold call?
Well, like Anthony said, anybody that's going to have some 2 ears, I'm going to listen to the ask. And again, it's based on what their level is of what they need. So everybody's got the need. Everybody has some weight issues. Everybody has energy, loss of energy, lack of energy. Everybody is looking to level up. And I love the term that we are using now with our Facebook page to level up with their overall health. And so I guess it kind of comes back to my grassroots of being a physical therapist for 25 years. Again, I personally had the need to have more energy, to lose a few pounds, and to decrease inflammation, to which I actually didn't even know I had until I started taking the MOA. and reducing the inflammation that I had. And within the 3 days of my time frame of me taking it, the experience that I had, I just know that it helps so many people. It's helped me personally, my family personally. And so I just have the eagerness to share it with other individuals. And it's really not a cold call to me. I don't really look at it that way. I look at it as a gift, an opportunity to share the gift of all the things that we do have. And so it could be anybody that's coming into one of our organizations. If it's a pest control person that's trying to, help spray our house or one of our properties, and they need the energy or they need to reduce the weight, open the idea and the opportunity to share with them. I'm listening to their business, and then I just turn around and have them to listen to ours.
All right. So I like what you said. You're not selling a product, you have a gift that you're giving people.
I really do feel like New Age is a gift. It's been a beautiful opportunity for me to have a different career myself. Again, going back into the physical therapy aspect, I've been retired for about 14 years. And so it brings me back to my grassroots of healthcare, of giving, of serving, of listening to the need for the individual. I keep coming back to that because we all have a need. Whether it's financing, increasing your finances, your wealth, or your health, they all are combined together. And the gift itself is just listening for that. And so if you can look at it as an opportunity to bless someone with the gift of New Age, I think that then it's not selling them. You're just offering them the opportunity to something for them to feel better, for the need to be met, whatever that need is. And then, it grows into a bigger business with the joy of a blessing.
Well, when you say you came from physical therapy, and when somebody comes into a physical therapist, they have a need, but they are getting ready to possibly spend their last dollar on that need. Mm-hmm. And so how is that different from what you're doing now? Somebody who comes in with a physical need.
As far as spending their money on our product versus going to a physical therapist, utilize. Go ahead.
Yes.
Well, obviously, the product that we have, I find it to be of utmost quality. They can choose to spend their money where they'd like to. It's redirecting the spending of their money. So if they're looking for weight loss, energy, decreased inflammation, if it's vitamins and minerals, they're looking for a high quality product that we have. It's making the investment into the quality of the material of what we have, the product that we have. And because it is such great quality, we have it in the physician's desk reference. It's easy for me because I can just relate it back to being in the PDR. And I think that brings on a lot of credibility to what we offer. That gives a higher rating with the quality. And so the amount of money that you're spending on it, you're getting good quality product.
Now, when I first started, we had a health need. We didn't come in to run a business because I was like a business snob. If it wasn't brick and mortar, it wasn't a business. Right. But I couldn't at the time because of the health needs. It took every penny we had, and we didn't have the money to buy the products. And so we got into the business to pay for our products. Mm-hmm. What do you say to somebody who comes in and says, look, this is what I tell people. If you have a health need, you have a financial need, guaranteed.
Absolutely. Yes. And so when you are buying the products, it's kind of like if you're going to Costco or a Sam's Club, you get points for things too, when you go there. Right. And so when you're buying the products, you obviously also are able to get a reduction of a decrease in your product by loyalty points. So when you're able to buy those products, the more that you buy, the more you can save. And when you introduce it to someone else, it can help you to pay for your own products. So you're opening up the door for it to be a financial business. And then when you are sharing that, obviously that allows you to be able to help offset the cost of what you're paying and putting into it yourself. So there's a couple of different ways. And you're sharing the gift. You're able to take great quality products, and you're saving money by sharing it with someone else, and it's helping them to have financial wealth, as it also allows you to pay for your own product.
So as I understand, when you started out, and I may have the story wrong, but I was told that you were kind of like I was. You were from a business background, and you weren't really interested in the business. And then all of a sudden, boom, this Sonja lady comes from nowhere and starts to build this empire. What was the change?
Well, again, it goes back to the idea of knowing how much it changed my life and my husband's life, and the individuals that I did share it with, they were able to get off of high blood pressure medication, high cholesterol medication. If I was just helping one person, I knew that it was making a huge impact in their life. And by that little bit of an impact of changing their life, my own personal life, sharing it with other individuals, and they were sharing it with more people, and they were looking at me going, what's she doing? Why is she feeling so much better? How has she got so much more energy? And, you know, I'm raising a 13-year-old, soon to be 14 on Friday, he'll be 14, and trying to keep up with a 13-year-old. The products obviously have helped tremendously. And so when people are asking at the baseball field, football field, and we're on the basketball courts, they're like, what are you doing? You look like you feel so much better. And so I share with them all of the things that we're taking. And then they too, in turn, want to try it. And so it just overnight, I guess the first 8 months, I was just sharing it. I really wasn't thinking about doing the business. And the more I shared it, the more people wanted to purchase. And I gave myself permission to say, hey, this might be another side gig I'll do, and try and help other people financially to level up as well.
What was the turnaround where you decided to give yourself permission?
You know, it was interesting. I will say to everybody that's on this call, if you ever get an opportunity to go to one of the events, that is where it can be a life-changing moment for you, an aha moment, because you get to see the big picture. You know, when Anthony comes and Todd comes and Kim is here in Huntsville, Alabama, and they're helping me, you know, make people feel better and level up with their financial wealth as well. But when you go to a huge event and you see the big picture and you get a chance to meet the company owners, the scientific advisory board, council members, and everybody speaking from the podium, the stage, and how it's changed their life too. It's just another level that you get to hear when you're going to those huge events. And so I'd encourage everybody to make the time. And I see one of my brand partners, Benita Austin, is on this, and hello, Benita. I'm encouraging her to get the ticket and let's make it happen. Because once you get there, it will just transform your life as well. It just brings you to that next level. And I think that was the permission for me to do with the business when I saw another person that's not even on my team. It's on the opposite leg of Kim Gray, who introduced me to the product. And she shared with me the same thing. She's in a similar career path. And then she gave me the permission to say, hey, why don't you think about just growing a business with this? You do great at it. And so that extra encouragement. And so here we are. I got a chance to see Anthony and Todd and Kim. And so I've got a whole new family with New Age. And that to me is just so beautiful in itself.
You know, I think it's interesting because usually in business, people are in business for themselves, by themselves. Mm-hmm. And you're talking about, and particularly if you know anything about network marketing, it's network marketing 1.0, 2.0. People don't necessarily work with others. They don't necessarily play well in the playground. But here you are talking about being helped by and helping others. That's a little bit different than some people who are new to New Age, who are maybe on this call for the first time. That's probably something they haven't heard before. Yeah. How does that work?
Well, again, going back to any of the conferences, a small conference, a large, if it's around the kitchen table, if it's in a clubhouse, wherever the venue is, go as often as you can. You get to hear different people talk about what their experience has been. And then also about going to larger events helps to be able to see the dynamics of the family of New Age. And there's so much crossover. Everybody is just willing to help out. Just like Anthony asked me this afternoon, would I be willing to come on the call tonight? And, you know, I'm not in your line. I'm not on your team, but it's such a beautiful opportunity for me to be able to share, and hopefully it'll touch somebody else to say, you know, step out of the uncomfortable zone or be uncomfortable and try and do something different. If you're going to be able to serve and give somebody else a gift of my time tonight to share with somebody else, then maybe that'll encourage them to do the same. So I just look at it as a family of New Age, and a beautiful opportunity to meet new people and bless other people and pave it forward.
So for everyone who's on this Zoom tonight, or everybody who's hearing it, if you're on out, Anthony and I are not even on the same team. So if we're on different teams, whoever, Sonja and I met Sonja for the first time when we went down to Florida so we could get nice and warm, and we froze.
We did. We did.
And so encourage you, even if you're just starting out, come in to our next event. We'd love to have you. So Anthony, you spent all weekend with Miss Sonja. What questions do you think everyone on the Zoom would be interested in knowing?
The question that I would ask Sonja is, she answered it because you asked her about the events that made the turning point. Because I remember meeting Sonja almost a little over a year ago in Salt Lake City, where we'll have our next big event. And we was on the hike, and she was thinking about it on the hike. And even when she came back down, and she pulled me to the side and she said, "Anthony, I want to do this. I want to do this. What do I have to do?" And but one thing I love about Sonja the most is that she is one of the most coachable people in the whole wide world. We can ask her to say, "Hey, try this out," and guess what? She'll try. And so, Sonja, could you talk about what it's like being coachable? Like, because there's people in this business that want to have success, but one of the things to have success is not only doing the work, but you got to be willing to listen and adapt to the people that's trying to share with you. What is it like being, like, what's some tips for somebody that you could share about being coachable?
That's a good question, Anthony. Especially for us type A's, we always want to rule and control and do our own thing, and it's kind of like, I know how to do this a little bit better than probably you think I do. And then when you try it, it might not be the best. And so then that makes you coachable. But, I think listening to the experts, people that have already gone through the trenches, learned the hard way. And so if you get a chance and opportunity to lean into somebody like Anthony or Todd or Kim, and people have already been successful, then you really should open your mind to being able to apply whatever they say, because they too are giving you a gift, right? So it all comes back to the gift in my mind. So they're trying to lead you to water. They're trying to let you drink it, and you're right there in front of it. So you can either drink it or turn away, and you're going to be thirsty. Come back to the water. They're trying to lead you to the water, right? So through their tips of their own experience, to which has made them highly successful. So I have just turned an ear and said, "Anthony, what should I do?" Or "Kim, what should I do?" Or "Todd, what should I do in this situation?" And so it's a compliment to say that I'm learning from them and taking their advisement. So I'd encourage anybody else to do the same.
And then another question I would ask you, Sonja, so I want you to just share with everybody else is, so how, I know if anybody doesn't know Sonja is probably working from 5 a.m. Her phone probably starts ringing about 5 a.m. and sometimes won't end to midnight or later, because she is such a caring person. She does a lot for her whole community. Her and her husband own a whole subdivision in Huntsville, Alabama. But she's busy because she's always serving other people. So not only does she work this business, but she's very busy. So Sonja, there's people out here who have full-time jobs, that work 2 jobs, or very busy, own businesses. They're all over the place. But you find ways to just wiggle that in. Could you share on like how you find just little pockets of time throughout your busy day to make this business work? Because somebody else is out there and they're saying, "Hey, I don't have time. Like, what can I do? Like, well, how can I work this if I don't have time?" But how do you do it? How do you do it, Sonja?
Well, I think it's a blended ability to listen, again, coming back to the need. And I'll give you an example of what Anthony said earlier. One of our gentlemen that came in today, we were talking about air purifiers and insurance policies, and he's with Blue Cross Blue Shield. I had a conversation with him last week on the phone, and he was actually doing a servant leadership event with some young boys, and they were doing a fundraiser. And I was listening to what he had to say, and I thought about trying to be able to get some tickets to take my son Grant. And we were a little leery about the COVID. And so he didn't get a chance to go, but I was talking with him about our air purifiers and about health and wealth in the conversation of going and giving back to this other nonprofit. And at the time when he was sharing with me, I told him that I had a wonderful event that was coming up with Todd and Anthony and Kim were coming into town on Monday and Tuesday, and would he have an opportunity to swing by and listen to our presentation about the company. And so he gave an hour of his time today. Now he thought he was going to listen. We were going to talk about air purifiers initially, right? And then so when Todd got started, we were talking about 3 of the products that we love. And we circled back and I gave him the information on our beautiful, wonderful air purifiers because I just bought one myself. And be buying one for our clubhouse as well. And so when everybody sees it in the corner, they're going to go, where'd we get that? That's something new. And that gives you an opportunity to be able to talk about the air purifier. Maybe somebody might need that for their office, their work. And so I just weave it into the conversation itself. And so that's how he came today to meet with us. And he leveled up, got a picture of him, had to only talk to him on the phone 1 or 2 times at most. He came and gave an hour of his time, and now then he's a brand partner. So you just weave it into the conversation and there you go. You never know where it's going to take he and his family.
Absolutely. And I just love it. I promise you, every time I learn, Sonja thinks she's learning from me, but I learn from her all the time. Like, she's always excited. She doesn't care who takes the time to share. She's going to share from the heart every single time she shares. And if you want to learn how to grow this business, I promise you, just share from the heart. Because I watched Sonja do it this trip, last trip, the trip before, on the telephone, on the Zoom. She's always having a smile on her face, and she always shares from the heart.
Thank you, Anthony. It's always wonderful to be able to have the family of New Age and for y'all to always inspire. So if you're on the call and you're new to the organization or somebody's just invited you to listen in and learn, I would say take the plunge and level up. Just do it. It's just like the Nike commercial. Just do it. Once you do it, you won't regret it at all. I promise.
So Sonja, what do people have to do to start a New Age business?
Well, I don't have my little flyer, but I had one earlier today, didn't I? You just get to pick a pack. So I started off with 3 things. So that's the 3 things, and I have them here. I wanted to lose a little bit of weight, and Kim Gray was at a church retreat in Coleman, Alabama, and she set up her first little booth, and I happened to be there to support another lady that had just acquired a church. I had gone to Israel with her, and I was so excited for her to have her church, and she had a 3-day women's retreat. Kim was there, and she had her booth set up, like I said, and I wanted to lose a little bit of weight, and I saw before and after picture of Kim, and I just was blown away, and she talked about how much energy she had. But the skinny drops and the B vitamins, the Slender Eyes and Slender X is what I got started with, and I've lost about 20 pounds taking them. It makes me feel a lot better. My hormones have been balanced as well, which is great. The other thing that I love, another item in the pack, is MOA. It's a little single individual pouch. Some of you may already take it. Some of you that don't, is you just shake it up. I put it in the refrigerator. It's cold. It's best taken cold. 36 superfoods in a liquid pouch. And this stuff is unbelievable. I take 1 to 2 a day. My husband takes about 3 a day, morning, noon, and night. And it absolutely gives you a lot of energy, and it decreases inflammation. Now in our neighborhood, what this did for me, about 3 days after I started taking it, and then Rejuvenex, which I don't know where here. If you don't know what the Rejuvenex is, this is energy in a capsule. It's phenomenal. It has coffee bean extract. Yes. Coffee bean extract and L-theanine. So it gives you the pick me up without the jitters. And so this, I take 4 of these in the morning, and then in the afternoon is a pick me up as well. But these 3 things, I'll tell you, this is the bomb. This is the bomb. This is the ticket right here. You buy these 3 things and they'll get you started. After I took them for 3 days, in our neighborhood, we have a massive hill, and I was hiking up the hill with 2 other girls, one 10 years younger and another 15 years younger. I'm 57. I'll be 58 in February, surprisingly, but I don't know where the time went, but yes, I will be. And so I was hanging out with these little young chicks, and I was trying to get up that hill, and then we were running down the hill. Well, guess what? I wasn't sore. I couldn't believe it. And the next day, we're going to try it again. And they're like, I am so sore. I'm like, well, honey, I'm telling you, if you'll take this MOA, you're not going to be sore. And so I just tell you, the 3 things is just get started. If you don't second guess yourself, give it 30 days. it'll change your life. It has mine and about 200 other people on my team. And I'm just so honored and blessed to be a part of this organization, the family of New Age. And I always look forward to seeing my friends every time I get to, whether it be on a Zoom or in person or at a big event. So come join us. We'd love to have you on the team.
Y'all have to come join us in Salt Lake City. It is a must that y'all come join us in Salt Lake City. Like Sonja said, you want to see where the company's going. You want to see where we're taking the level up movement backed by New Age, where we're headed to. Hey, come to Salt Lake City and see for yourself. It's only, hey, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to go in the room. You're just going to look for yourself, and you can see why we're so excited. Mm-hmm. And you can be around some of the best, well, not some, the best people in the whole wide world. I promise you, they are amazing. And Salt Lake City is an event you do not want to miss. I seen my great friend, Betsy, one of my dearest friends in the world, post the link in the comments. So grab yourself a ticket. Grab a friend. Come on out to Salt Lake City. Sonja, last year was her very first event. She had been on the products maybe a little bit, just showed up, and it transformed her life. And it showed her something that was, and come hike with us as well. We'll do our annual hike again.
That's great. And, I will say one last thing. Not only has it changed my life, but my dearest friends that have problems with shoulders, knees, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart problems, they are off of their medications. I mean, it is so surreal to me to be able to share this gift with somebody and for it to change just one person's life and for them to turn around and share the next. And the movement of New Age is breathtaking. So you will get contagious. When you get into this, you won't be able to stay away. The people, the products, the culture, the professionalism, the crossover, there is not anything that's negative about this company organization, the people that you will be invited to join into their living room or into a big event in Utah. So come see us. And thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, Sonja, we are just blessed to have you. And that's what I love about New Age is the fact that if it wasn't for New Age, we would have never met. Right. Everyone, take a look at this call. We have 2 countries represented here. We have from one side to the other. I would have, never known about something. I would have never known you. I would have never known Kim or Todd, or I would have never been able to adopt Anthony. It was.
I thought y'all were on the same team. I mean, look at this. I mean, I thought y'all were on the same team, and look at how beautifully y'all work together. I love it.
It's one big old family.
We are. And you know what? We do. We have each other's back. And I am looking forward to Salt Lake because, Sonja, how many was 120 different products? When we started with Limu, Anthony and I, we had 5 products. We now have 120. I want to learn about all these other products because, it's life-changing. And now this is the one thing I heard. Anthony said it. So if you have not been preparing for the hike, I didn't do it last time, but I will do it this time. And I just didn't want to get up.
Take that Rejuvenex, okay?
Don't forget. I know. I just decided to sleep in, so I'm not going to have an excuse this time. So come join us. Join the hike. Find out, meet everyone, get to hug everyone, and take a weekend for yourself where you come back not worrying about money, but come back making money.
Refreshed and renewed. Yes. Come join
us. Love it. Level up. All right. So, go ahead, Anthony. Why don't you close this out?
Hey, you heard Sonja share some amazing things about her amazing journey here and her level up experience with New Age, you guys. And you may be watching the recording. You may be on live on Facebook watching this or anything. And, you may be just hearing about the products. And that's what your friend, but they tagged you in here because you can relate to Sonja. And what I can tell you is, our products don't cure, treat, diagnose, or anything of that nature. But one thing they do is they give you a better quality of life. You put good things in, you will start to see something. So we encourage you, if that's what you're looking for, grab yourself some of the products, grab yourself a level up pack like Sonja did, you know, and go ahead and start and try it for yourself. For, you know, I always say about 90 days, just because your body didn't get like that overnight, give yourself 90 days, try it out, you know, over and over. But then also, if you're here to you want to make extra income, you want to make big income, it doesn't matter what you want time freedom. Sonja shared with you something that she's doing on the side of her busy life, so one day she can have the time freedom that she wants and also leave a legacy for her son. I know I talk to Sonja all the time, and that's one thing she's doing is leaving a legacy. So we encourage you to get back with your friend, get your questions answered, and get started. It's real simple. Order yourself a pack, subscribe and save just so you can get free shipping, get discounted on products, and then download the PDFs for the level up and start with us. Start your day one, starting the day. Hey, we'll see you at the top. We'll see you in Utah, and we'll just see you leveling up your life real soon. And let me unmute the line so you can tell Sonja how awesome she is. Hold on 1 second. Let me unmute the line. You got to
Don't forget to join us next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Hopefully we get Miss Kim on.
I know. I've been working on Miss Kim. Thank you, Sonja, for getting Miss Kim on.
Yes, thank you so much. Next Tuesday. Thank you so much, guys. I enjoyed it so much.